What if I told you that the healthy handful of nuts you eat every morning could be silently sabotaging your gut, stealing vital minerals from your bones, and making you feel bloated and tired? It sounds unbelievable, but for the 40% of seniors who will suffer from a digestive issue this year, this isn't just a possibility, it's a daily reality. The nuts and seeds you trust to keep you strong could be the very things holding your health hostage. This isn't about fear. This is about truth. Because what you don't know about these so-called health foods, especially after the age of 60, can have serious consequences for your energy, your independence, and your long-term vitality. Stay with me, because the information in this video could change everything you thought you knew about healthy eating. We've all been told the same story. Nuts and seeds are nature's perfect food. They're packed with protein, healthy fats, fiber, and minerals. And for most of your life, that advice was probably good enough. But there's a critical piece of the puzzle that most mainstream health advice completely ignores. The rules of digestion change dramatically after the age of 60. Your body is not the same machine it was at 30 or 40. The intricate dance of digestion begins to slow down. The involuntary muscle contractions that move food through your system, a process called peristalsis, can become less efficient, making issues like constipation far more common. But the changes run even deeper, right down to the cellular level. Research now suggests that with advanced age, the protective barrier lining your intestines can become weaker, more permeable. This condition, often called leaky gut, means your body is more vulnerable to irritation from certain compounds in food. At the same time, your ability to absorb essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc can decline. This creates a perfect storm. It means that certain anti-nutrients found in many raw nuts and seeds, compounds that were once a minor issue, can suddenly become a major threat, actively blocking your body from getting the minerals you need to maintain strong bones and a robust immune system. A quick note, this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult your doctor before making changes to your health regimen. So here is my promise to you. In this video, we are going to expose the 4 worst nuts and seeds that can wreak havoc on your digestion after 60. I'll explain exactly why they are a problem and what they are doing inside your body. But more importantly, I will then reveal the 4 best nuts and seeds that can actively heal your gut, reduce inflammation, and help you feel lighter and more energetic every single day. And you absolutely must stay until the end because the #1 healing seed on our list is backed by a stunning clinical trial specifically on seniors that showed it could dramatically improve constipation and reset the gut microbiome. This is information you won't want to miss. Before we dive into the danger list, what's the one nut or seed you rely on most often? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and your answer might surprise you by the end of this video. Let's begin with the 4 nuts and seeds you should strongly consider avoiding or preparing very differently. We're counting down from number 4 to the absolute worst offender. Coming in at number 4 on our worst list are unhulled sesame seeds. Now, this might be a surprise. We see them sprinkled on salads, breads, and Asian dishes. They have a reputation for being tiny powerhouses of calcium, which is something we all pay close attention to as we age. And it's true, the hull of the sesame seed is where most of that calcium is stored. But here lies the trap. That very same hull is also loaded with natural defense compounds called oxalates and phytates. Think of these compounds as the plant's personal bodyguards. Their job is to bind to minerals to protect the seed until it's ready to sprout. The problem is, they continue to do that job inside your digestive tract. When you eat unhulled sesame seeds, The oxalates and phytates latch onto minerals like calcium, zinc, and iron, forming insoluble complexes that your body cannot absorb. For a senior who is diligently eating these seeds to prevent osteoporosis, it's like putting money into a bank account that charges a 90% withdrawal fee. You are simply not getting the benefit you think you are. Your aging digestive system lacks the specific enzymes needed to efficiently break down these anti-nutrients. So while you're consuming calcium, a large portion of it may be passing right through you, completely useless to your bones. Take the story of Linda, a 69-year-old from Arizona. She was a picture of health, adding a tablespoon of unhulled sesame seeds to her morning yogurt every single day, believing she was building stronger bones. Yet her bone density scans weren't improving, and she was plagued by persistent low-grade bloating she couldn't explain. Her trusted health food was actually blocking the very minerals her body desperately needed. The better swap is simple. Switch to hulled sesame seeds, or even better, tahini, which is a paste made from hulled sesame seeds. The hulling process removes the vast majority of these anti-nutrients, making the minerals and healthy fats inside far more available to your body. The third worst seed for your digestion after 60 is the raw sunflower seed. They're an easy, inexpensive, and satisfyingly crunchy snack. Many of us have enjoyed them by the handful for years. But here's the hidden danger. Raw sunflower seeds are exceptionally high in phytic acid. If oxalates are bodyguards, phytic acid is a master thief. It is one of the most potent mineral blockers found in the plant kingdom. When you eat a handful of raw sunflower seeds, the phytic acid they contain binds tightly to essential minerals, not just in the seeds themselves, but in all the other foods you're eating in that same meal. It can significantly reduce your absorption of iron, which is vital for energy and preventing anemia, zinc, which is absolutely critical for a strong immune response, and calcium and magnesium, which are the cornerstones of bone and nerve health. This is a profound metabolic concern for anyone over 60. Your immune system naturally becomes less robust with age, making a steady supply of zinc non-negotiable. Your energy levels can fluctuate, making every milligram of iron precious. While a younger person with a highly varied diet might compensate for this mineral theft, for a senior who may already have a more limited appetite or marginal nutrient status, this constant meal-after-meal blockade can slowly tip the scales toward deficiency. Think of George, 75, from Ohio. He had a habit of snacking on a cup of raw sunflower seeds while watching the evening news. He was constantly battling fatigue and seemed to catch every cold that came his way. His doctor was puzzled by his persistently low zinc levels despite a seemingly healthy diet. It wasn't until George audited his daily habits that he realized his evening snack wasn't just a snack. It was an anti-nutrient bomb that was actively disarming his body's defenses and robbing him of energy. The bottom line is that while sunflower seeds contain beneficial nutrients like vitamin E, consuming them raw and in large quantities can do more harm than good by preventing your body from getting the full spectrum of minerals it needs from your entire diet. A much better alternative, as we'll discuss, is properly prepared pumpkin seeds, which offer a similar satisfying crunch with a much lower anti-nutrient load. Coming in at number 2 is a food that is a staple in millions of American homes: peanuts. Technically a legume and not a nut, peanuts and peanut butter are everywhere. They're affordable, convenient, and often marketed as a heart-healthy source of protein and fat. But for an aging body, peanuts present a potential triple threat to your digestive health and overall well-being. The first danger is an inflammatory imbalance. Peanuts are very high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6 isn't inherently bad. Your body needs it. The problem is the ratio. The typical American diet is already overloaded with omega-6 and deficient in anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. When this ratio is skewed too far in favor of omega-6, it can promote a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout the body. For seniors, this is a major concern, as inflammation is a key driver of many age-related conditions, from joint pain and arthritis to heart disease. The second danger is the risk of aflatoxins. Peanuts grow underground in humid conditions, making them uniquely susceptible to contamination by certain types of mold. These molds can produce toxins called aflatoxins, which are recognized as potent liver toxins. While the FDA rigorously tests and regulates aflatoxin levels in commercial peanuts and peanut butter, the concern is one of chronic, low-level exposure over many years, which could place an additional burden on an aging liver. Reputable institutions advise that you can minimize this risk by buying only major trusted brands of peanuts and peanut butter, and always discarding any nuts that look moldy, discolored, or shriveled. The third and perhaps most immediate danger for your gut is their high lectin content. As legumes, peanuts are packed with proteins called lectins. According to research from Harvard Health, these lectins are highly resistant to human digestion. They can pass through the stomach unscathed and bind directly to the cells lining your intestinal wall. For a senior with an already more permeable or sensitive gut lining, this can be particularly problematic, potentially causing irritation, bloating, gas, and interfering with the absorption of other nutrients. Imagine Robert, 72, from Texas. On his doctor's advice, he switched from butter to peanut butter on his morning toast to be more heart-healthy. But instead of feeling better, he found his morning joint stiffness was getting worse, and he was experiencing persistent gas and indigestion that lasted for hours. He was unknowingly starting his day with a triple threat of pro-inflammatory fats, potential toxins, and gut-irritating lectins. A better swap would be almond butter or sunflower seed butter, especially when made from properly prepared nuts and seeds. And now, we arrive at the number one worst nut that can harm your digestion after 60. This is the one that's most shocking to people because it's universally hailed as the king of health nuts. The worst offender is the raw, unsoaked almond, especially with its skin on. Almonds are marketed as the ultimate healthy snack, a perfect source of vitamin E for skin health, magnesium for nerve function, and calcium for bones. And they do contain all of those wonderful things. The tragedy is that when you eat them raw and unprepared, your body struggles to access that goodness. The danger is insidious because it's so unexpected. The problem lies in that tough, brown, paper-like skin. While the skin does contain some antioxidant compounds, it is also a highly concentrated source of anti-nutrients, particularly tannins and phytic acid. These compounds act as a double whammy against your digestion. First, they make the almond itself notoriously difficult to break down. Studies have shown that the rigid physical structure of a raw almond makes it resistant to being fully broken down by gastric juices. Many people experience bloating, gas, or a feeling of heaviness after eating raw almonds for this very reason. But the more critical danger for seniors is the mineral blockade. The tannins and phytic acid in the skin bind to the almond's own precious cargo of calcium, magnesium, and zinc, preventing your body from fully absorbing them. You are eating the almond, but you are not getting the full benefit of the minerals inside it. For a population laser-focused on preventing bone loss and maintaining muscle function, this is a silent and serious problem. Think of Mary, a 70-year-old from Florida. She was diligent, eating a precise handful of raw almonds every single day, believing it was her best defense against aging. Yet she couldn't understand why she still suffered from disruptive leg cramps at night, a classic sign of magnesium deficiency, and a constant feeling of digestive discomfort. The very food she trusted as her medicine was in fact preventing her body from getting the nutrients it desperately needed. The solution, thankfully, is incredibly simple. Soak them. As we'll discuss later, the simple act of soaking raw almonds overnight transforms them. It softens their texture, neutralizes the enzyme inhibitors, and most importantly, breaks down the phytic acid and tannins, unlocking those vital minerals and making them fully available to your body. The best swap is soaked almonds or blanched almonds, where the skin has been removed entirely. Okay, that was a lot of concerning information, and it can feel overwhelming to learn that foods you thought were healthy might have a hidden downside. But I don't want you to feel fearful. I want you to feel empowered. Because the secret to gut health after 60 isn't about restriction, it's about knowledge. It's about understanding that your body has new rules, and you just need to learn how to play by them. We've seen how anti-nutrients like phytic acid, lectins, and oxalates in popular, unprepared nuts and seeds can act like thieves, robbing your body of minerals and causing inflammation and discomfort. But now we turn the corner. We're going to leave the problems behind and focus entirely on the solutions. We're going to talk about the powerful healing foods that do the opposite. These are the seeds and nuts that feed your good gut bacteria, calm inflammation, build your body up, and protect you from the inside out. Because the right choices, prepared in the right way, can be your most powerful medicine. But first, let's clear up a major piece of misinformation that has caused unnecessary fear and confusion for decades. It's time for a mythbuster. For years, perhaps even for most of your adult life, doctors told people with a condition called diverticulosis to strictly avoid all nuts, seeds, and popcorn. The theory was that a tiny seed or a fragment of a nut could get lodged in one of the small pouches, or diverticula, in the colon wall, causing a painful infection or inflammation known as diverticulitis. Many of you listening right now may have been given this exact advice by your own doctor and have diligently avoided these foods for years. Well, I am thrilled to tell you that we now know this is a myth. Top-tier medical institutions, like the Mayo Clinic, now state clearly that there is no scientific proof that these foods cause diverticulitis attacks. In fact, the evidence points in the exact opposite direction. The International Foundation for Gastrointestinal Disorders goes even further, stating that the data actually supports eating nuts and seeds as part of a high-fiber diet to help prevent diverticulitis flare-ups in the first place. The real culprit in diverticular disease isn't the seeds. It's often a long-term lack of fiber. A high-fiber diet, which includes nuts and seeds, helps keep your stool soft and bulky, which allows it to pass more easily through the colon. This reduces pressure inside the colon, which may lower the risk of those pouches forming and becoming inflamed. So if you've been avoiding these nutritious foods out of fear, it's time to feel liberated. You can, and probably should, welcome them back into your diet. Now, let's dive into the 4 best nuts and seeds that can actively heal and support your digestive system. We're counting down from number 4 to the absolute best. Starting our healing list at number 4 are pumpkin seeds, but with one important caveat. They should be either soaked or roasted. When prepared correctly, these humble seeds transform into a mineral powerhouse for the aging body. Their primary benefit is their incredible richness in magnesium. Magnesium is a miracle mineral for seniors. It plays a role in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. But it's especially critical for functions that can become challenging with age. It helps regulate blood pressure, maintain a steady heart rhythm, and is essential for preventing painful muscle cramps, particularly nighttime leg cramps that can disrupt sleep. Beyond magnesium, pumpkin seeds are packed with antioxidants that help combat systemic inflammation, which we know is a root cause of so many chronic diseases. And here's a unique benefit you may not have heard about. Several studies have shown that pumpkin seed oil can significantly improve the symptoms of overactive bladder, a condition that affects many older adults and can be a major source of stress and sleep loss. The key, however, is preparation. Like sunflower seeds, raw pumpkin seeds do contain phytic acid, but the simple act of soaking them overnight or gently roasting them in your oven helps to neutralize a significant portion of this anti-nutrient, unlocking their full mineral potential and making them much easier to digest. Consider the story of David, 78, who is struggling with both borderline high blood pressure and those frustrating nighttime leg cramps. He started adding just a small handful of lightly roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds to his daily diet. That simple addition provided the magnesium boost his body was craving, helping to normalize his blood pressure readings and, to his great relief, giving him more restful, cramp-free nights. They're easy to incorporate. Sprinkle them on salads, stir them into soups, or simply enjoy a small handful as a satisfying and truly beneficial afternoon snack. Our number 3 healing food is one that actively rebuilds your gut from the inside out: walnuts. Think of walnuts not just as a nut, but as a powerful prebiotic food. A prebiotic is something that feeds the trillions of friendly bacteria living in your gut, collectively known as your microbiome. A healthy, diverse microbiome is the foundation of good digestion, a strong immune system, and even a sharp mind. A landmark 2018 study provided stunning evidence for this. Researchers took a group of healthy adults with an average age of 63 and had them eat about 43 grams of walnuts, that's a generous handful, every day for 8 weeks. The results were remarkable. At the end of the study, the walnut eaters had a significantly altered gut microbiome. They saw a major increase in beneficial bacteria, including probiotic strains like bifidobacteria and a family of bacteria called ruminococci. This is incredibly important because these specific bacteria are known to produce a short-chain fatty acid called butyrate. Butyrate is the primary fuel source for the cells that line your colon. It keeps your gut lining strong and healthy and is powerfully anti-inflammatory. So by eating walnuts, you are literally feeding the bacteria that produce anti-inflammatory medicine right inside your own gut. Beyond their prebiotic power, walnuts are one of the richest plant-based sources of an omega-3 fatty acid called ALA, or alpha-linolenic acid. This healthy fat is strongly linked to reducing inflammation throughout the body and protecting against age-related cognitive decline. It's no wonder they look like little brains. Think of Helen, 67, who after a necessary course of antibiotics felt her digestion was completely off. She felt bloated and irregular. She started incorporating a small handful of walnuts into her morning oatmeal. Over the course of a few months, she noticed a profound difference. The bloating subsided, her regularity returned, and she just felt better. She was directly feeding and helping to repopulate her army of friendly gut bacteria. To incorporate them, add them to your oatmeal, yogurt, or salads. If you find them slightly bitter, soaking them overnight can mellow their flavor. The number 2 best seed for senior health is the tiny but mighty chia seed. If you're looking for something to soothe your gut, stabilize your blood sugar, and promote effortless regularity, chia seeds are your answer. The magic of the chia seed is in its unique fiber composition. It's incredibly rich in soluble fiber and a substance called mucilage. When you mix chia seeds with any liquid, water, milk, or yogurt, something amazing happens. They absorb many times their weight in liquid and form a thick, soothing gel. This gel has 3 profound benefits for your body after 60. First, it acts as a blood sugar stabilizer. The gel slows down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates from your meal. This prevents the sharp spikes and subsequent crashes in blood sugar that can leave you feeling tired and foggy-brained in the afternoon. For anyone managing or at risk for type 2 diabetes, this is a massive advantage. Second, that gel is the perfect prebiotic fuel. It passes into your large intestine where it becomes a feast for your beneficial gut bacteria, helping them thrive and produce those anti-inflammatory compounds like butyrate. Third, it promotes hydration and regularity. The gel adds soft bulk and, crucially, water to your stool, making it much easier to pass and helping to prevent constipation without the harshness of some laxatives. As a bonus, research from Harvard School of Public Health has highlighted that the ALA omega-3 fatty acids in chia seeds have been linked in large studies of older adults to a significantly lower risk of fatal heart disease. Consider James, 74, who is on a constant blood sugar roller coaster. His energy would plummet every day around 3 p.m. By simply adding 2 tablespoons of chia seeds to his morning smoothie and letting it sit for 10 minutes to form that gel, he completely changed his daily rhythm. The slow-release energy kept him feeling full, sharp, and steady all morning long. It's easy to use them. Make a simple chia pudding overnight, add them to smoothies, or stir them into yogurt or oatmeal. One important safety note: because they expand so much, you should always consume chia seeds after they have been soaked in liquid. Never eat them dry, followed by a glass of water, as this can pose a choking hazard. And now, we have arrived at the #1 most healing seed for senior gut health. We saved the best for last. This choice isn't based on tradition or theory. It's based on a specific, powerful clinical trial performed on elderly patients suffering from one of the most common and frustrating digestive complaints. The #1 healing seed is ground flaxseed. For anyone who struggles with constipation, this is the most important information you will hear today. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Multidisciplinary Healthcare took 60 elderly patients with an average age of 68, all of whom suffered from functional constipation. They were given 50 grams of flaxseed to consume daily for 1 month. The results were nothing short of remarkable. Participants experienced a significant improvement in the frequency of their bowel movements. They reported less abdominal distension and bloating. Their stool consistency improved dramatically, making it easier to pass. The overall effectiveness rate of this simple, natural intervention was a staggering 88.3%. But the study found something even more profound. The flaxseed didn't just act like a simple fiber supplement to treat a symptom. It helped to fix the root cause. Fecal analysis showed that the flaxseed treatment had significantly increased the diversity of the participants' gut bacteria. It actively remodeled their microbiome for the better, boosting beneficial strains like Blaudia obium. This is the triple threat of gut healing. First, you get clinically proven relief from constipation. Second, you get a powerful prebiotic effect that rebuilds a healthy gut environment. And third, flax is the richest known dietary source of compounds called lignans. These lignans are converted by your healthy gut bacteria into powerfully anti-inflammatory compounds that can help soothe the entire digestive system. This, combined with their high content of anti-inflammatory ALA omega-3s, makes ground flaxseed a true superfood for the senior gut. This isn't just an anecdote, it's the story of the 60 men and women in that study. For them, this simple seed meant less reliance on harsh laxatives, less daily discomfort, and a measurable improvement in their gut health and their overall quality of life. The most important tip for using flaxseed is that it must be ground. Your body cannot break down the tough outer hull of the whole seed to access the beneficial oils and lignans inside. You can buy it pre-ground or grind it yourself in a coffee grinder. Add 1 or 2 tablespoons to your daily smoothie, oatmeal, or yogurt to reap its incredible research-backed benefits. My bonus tip for you today is the single most important habit you can adopt to make almost any nut or seed healthier and easier to digest. Soak them. This ancient, simple practice neutralizes many of the anti-nutrients we talked about at the beginning of this video. It's easy. For harder nuts like almonds or walnuts, simply place them in a bowl, cover them with warm water, add a small pinch of sea salt, and let them sit on the counter overnight for about 7 to 12 hours. For smaller seeds like pumpkin or sunflower seeds, a few hours is often enough. When they're done, just drain the cloudy water, give them a thorough rinse, and they are ready to eat. This simple step deactivates a large portion of the phytic acid and other enzyme inhibitors, making the nuts and seeds gentler on your stomach and, most importantly, unlocking their full nutritional potential for your body to absorb. The takeaway today is simple but profound. When it comes to your health after 60, it's not just what you eat, but how you prepare it. The line between a food that harms your digestion and a food that heals it can be as simple as a bowl of water and a little bit of time. You are in the driver's seat of your health. You don't need to fear food. Armed with this knowledge, you can now make powerful, intelligent choices every single day that build a stronger, more resilient body from the inside out. Your vitality is not a matter of luck. It's a matter of choice. The choice is yours. Do one thing today. Remove one of the harmful, unprepared nuts from your pantry and replace it with one of the healing, properly prepared options we discussed. Your gut will thank you. Which of the healing seeds from our list surprised you the most, or are you most excited to try? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video valuable, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more research-backed strategies to help you age strong and stay sharp. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.